Before I dismiss one, atheists, Muslim, Christians, Buddhists, they all got usage, all got perspective. It's a collective. Get to the bottom what the truth is. With our hearts uncovered, boy, detox from all of the lies you smothered. What them tries could have killed you, but with faith you recover. Yeah, peel off the makeup, we finna take off. Never said it'd be a cakewalk. Meditate till we charged up. Execute goes regardless. Decalcify my pineal, breaking language barriers, we saw millennials. Planets passing age rotations, down me we owe, so down me we know. Sometimes we can't be slow, that's why my ears open. Every drop you add could complete the ocean. Speak up, play your part too. Been vulnerable, it's so hard to reflect on all the Jews life taught you. It's on you, tell the truth.
Hi, everybody. I'm Kimberly with Unseen Twisted Truth. We are the People's Podcast. If you support you, we will support you. How are you?
I'm all right. How are you?
I am blessed and highly favored. I am so honored to have you on. I'm going to tell the world that you are Tommy Arigato.
Yeah.
That is the most amazing thing ever. Like, I have nothing but love and respect for you, and I appreciate you coming on my platform.
I appreciate it. I have nothing but love for you too.
Yeah. You're a dope soul. For real, for real. So we're going to talk about how health is wealth. There might be some more people coming in a little bit at a time. I cannot figure out how to stream this to Instagram because on the laptop it doesn't show me where I can go live, and I need a stream key, and it does not show me where I can go to Instagram live. I don't see where I can go to Instagram live, and if I do it from my phone, it doesn't give me a stream key. So, but nonetheless, that's something I need to figure out.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. Shoot.
I know. And I can't figure it out neither. So I want to bless this show real quick. Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. When you hear the word health is wealth, what do you think of that?
Shoot, I think it's like I think of healthy food that costs a lot of money.
Healthy food, that's what you think of? Health as well?
Yeah, yeah.
Hold on, I think I'm gonna have somebody else join me. No, health is wealth is more than healthy food.
I know that's just what it makes me think of. That fancy grocery store.
Yeah. So listen, when I hear health is wealth, I'm not thinking of food. I'm thinking of mental. What you put in is what you get in return from mentally. It's everything in life, from the food you eat to the music you listen to. I'm trying to get this person to come on. Right here. To the music you listen to, to the food you put in your mouth, to everything. Health is wealth is you have to care about yourself and how you partake things and how you see things.
I agree.
So we've all been through dark places. We've all been through dark times. We've all experienced some things that have been very dark for us and heavy for us that wanted to make us want to quit in life. And the only reason why we kept going is because of ourselves.
Yeah.
So we got ourselves out of that stump. We allowed ourselves to continue growing. So when I hear health is wealth, it's not really just food. It's not really just the music you listen to. It's the mindset you have. It's about what you allow yourself to feel. When you think of riches, do you think of riches as in your pockets, or do you think of riches for your soul and your heart?
I've always thought of spirit, being riches in spirit
Okay.
is always what was most important
And
to
that's
me.
exactly how it is about oops, I spelled that wrong. And that's exactly how it is about your health. It's not just damn, my eyesight's so bad. I think I spelled your last name right. So it's not same thing about your health. It's not about just being so dry with the word health as well. It's the fact of that it's beyond imagine. It's beyond just what you could grasp. It's at nighttime when you get ready to rest in the evening, what's the last thought you have? When you wake up in the first thing in the rising, what's the first thought you have? Are you feeding yourself positively, or are you feeding yourself negatively?
Mm,
Are you treating yourself poorly? Are you treating yourself wealthy? And that's what it's about. And when I hear health is wealth, it's beyond what I'm putting just in my mouth. It's about what I'm putting in my whole body, from my thoughts to what I say to what I see to how I feel to what I eat.
yeah,
We have to water ourselves constantly, and we constantly have to be mindful of our actions and realize our words matter. They're powerful. They're spells.
yeah, facts.
So tell the world about you a little bit. Like, where are you from?
I'm from Arkansas, Dequeen, Arkansas.
Okay. And what got you into liking music?
Was what?
Got you into liking music when you were younger? What got you into that?
Uh, shoot. When I was like 8, I started beatboxing, but I didn't even know until I moved away. When I was 12, I moved to Texas, and I didn't even know music was such a big deal until I did that. And so what really got me into it was I met this guy that I became good friends with. His brother made music, and he like he say real provocative stuff that I knew my grandma would. She'll give me a whooping if she heard me talking like that. And so that's pretty much what inspired me to start.
Okay. So, what did you feel after you did music? How did you feel afterwards?
After I what?
After you started doing your music, after you made your first lyrics, after you wrote your first song, how'd you feel?
Shoot, I don't know. That was a long time ago. It's
You
hard to
don't
say.
remember the first feeling that you had?
Nah,
No? You
nah.
ever been through a situation where it was tough and like you felt your back against the wall and nobody
Oh, I'll
listened to
give
you?
him. Oh yeah, definitely. It's always like that.
So what helped you though? What helped you remove your back from the wall? What gave you a voice?
Uh, that's a good question. What helped me was just knowing that it's always gonna get better. You can't do nothing but get better.
Yeah. It's only dark because you're in the middle of the storm right now. That's the heaviest.
Uh,
You know, it's a beautiful thing though. I love it when it rains for many reasons. I love the newness from it. I love the cleansing from it, the washing away of old. I love the fact that how it smells and how it sounds and how it looks. I love how connected I am to the water, the feeling. And I love the release. I love the release in when it rains. I love the release. I love how I feel afterwards. Like I have removed so much of me that I now feel better. Like a good cry. And
Yeah,
that's how I feel about certain music I listen to. There's only a select few that I will sit and listen to a bunch of their stuff and that I can resonate with their sound. You are one of them. And I told you when I first come across you that you had a message and you were powerful and that you had a purpose and that it was only dark right now because you were in the middle of it. I didn't know what you were going through. I just knew that you needed a hug. So I
uh,
gave you a verbal hug.
yeah, hell yeah,
And I've seen you blossom and smile and shine so bright since I've met you.
yeah,
Um, I just love how you are feeding into yourself and your boys, and that they see this "I'm not gonna stop" kind of attitude.
yeah.
I appreciate that with you, and I have nothing but respect of that of you.
I appreciate that.
You see every situation as positive, even when it's dark. What makes you want to do that?
Well, cause it being negative ain't gonna help nothing.
It's not, is it?
No,
And that's where
it's e-
health is wealth is.
yeah, it's easy to find bad stuff to say.
It is. It is. It's heavy though, isn't it?
Yeah, that shit real heavy.
Yeah. So, did you ever have an experience where you were just like, I can't believe that just happened? Like a spiritual experience that you cannot control that was amazing, that just brought so much joy, besides your boys, that brought so much joy to your life.
Yeah, I have.
What was it?
You ain't gonna believe me.
I will believe you. I talk to the
Nah,
universe.
nobody believe me. I
Just
swear,
say it.
I seen an angel one time.
Okay.
I think, I think it might not have been an angel. It might have just been. I don't know. I might have just been high or something. I don't know. But shoot, I was riding in the back of the car with with these two chicks from school, and I don't remember if we had smoked some bud or what, but like I seen this angel in the sky, like coming down like a sunbeam through the clouds, you know,
Uh-huh.
and it was just floating in its wings. It was all pretty and stuff, and it had this its facial expression was just blank, like it had no emotions on it at all. But man, I seen that shit. And I turned around like, no way. I like, no way. I couldn't believe I even seen it, you know.
Uh-huh.
And I turned around and looked at it like two or three more times, and it was still there. And like all of a sudden, like I got hit in the head with a beam, like just a beam of. I felt like I felt like I was thinking about everything in the whole world. I felt like I was thinking like every thought a human could possibly think ever their whole life, like that, like I got it downloaded or something like super quick, a whole big old download or something like I don't know. It really scared me because it zapped me or something, and I thought that shit was real spiritual. So
That's a good thing though. That's when you know that you are in your divine purpose. You're living within your divine purpose when you're able to see that. a lot of people are so clouded by that that they would dismay that right away. They'd be like, nah, 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 and try to pass it off onto so many things.
Yeah,
But you were
yeah,
able to witness that. Don't try to belittle that. Don't try to downplay that as if that wasn't what it was. That's what you saw, and that's okay. There ain't nothing wrong with that.
right,
And those that don't believe it wasn't meant for them in the first place because they didn't see it.
right. She was real to me.
Yeah, no, that's all right. I ain't mad at you. This is my beautiful co-host. Would you like to introduce
Hey,
yourself?
what's up? What's up,
Tell,
everybody?
tell everybody who you are
How's it
that
going?
don't know.
I'm Big Soul, Sophia, but I like to call myself Big Soul because I'm bigger than life.
Yeah, you are.
um, Dude, I mean, what do you want to know?
Just let people know a little bit about you because they're gonna see your face now. He's on the spot now.
You did. You put me on the spot. Um, I mean, I have stories for days. He was talking about angels. I could tell you about aliens. Um, I really can. I'm a mom, two kids, big Gemini. But I'm a believer in everything.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter what it is. I'm really a big believer in anything because how can you tell somebody that what they saw or experienced wasn't real?
right.
But yeah, I'm big soap. I'm here.
No, I appreciate you coming on. Being a part of the family. We need more. We need more energies that's vibrant and that will speak the truth regardless. And I need that. So I appreciate you being a part of it. Uh
Thank you.
so when you hear the word health is wealth, what do you think?
Health is wealth.
Yeah,
You know what? A lot of people don't believe me, but health is more important than anything. Um, just like I always say this, and I have an issue in my relationships too, saying this thing like money does not mean everything because you can't take it with you when you die. So, in order to survive, you still have to be able to take care of yourself and make sure you're good first. You matter first, way above anything else. Anything else.
yeah. So I was saying that when I heard the word health is wealth is it's about what you put inside you, what you allow yourself to partake in, from the people that you surround yourself around to what
Mm-hmm.
you allow yourself to hear to what you allow yourself to intake in that food. That there's a lot of times that people don't love themselves correctly, that they will put up with anything and everything just because to them that was the only time they felt some kind of love.
I
And once
like
you
that. I actually like that because I find myself being around people who have the worst energy. I'm the type of person who can walk into a room and I can feel the energy in the room.
yeah,
And I would not want to be there because of the type of energy. And people would look at me like, what's wrong? I'm like, is something not right in here? I have to go. But if the vibes are good and I'm comfortable in the place, then I can be there. I can even keep somebody's energy if we're one on one. You know what I'm saying? As long as
yeah,
I'm around you, I can feel you. That's very real.
yeah, no, for real. People don't realize, see, I eliminated a lot of things that weren't of me. And ever since then, I became in my divine inner self and living within my divine purpose. And now I'm able to receive so much. You
Hmm.
have to, you have to, piece of you has to die. You have to remove in order to intake.
Yep.
So when you get rid of those things that are not of you, you have more room for things that are for you. And it was the hardest thing ever in this world was to learn to correctly love myself. because I held myself from agreements of others. I held myself with these binds and chains that other people put upon me that were not of me, just because I knew no better. I didn't know, I didn't know that, that I was supposed to love myself like that. I always thought I was just supposed to love someone else.
That's my biggest issue. You have to learn to love yourself before you can love anybody else, because you'll find yourself in situations that I myself been in where I love the person way more than myself and I sacrifice my sanity, just me and as a person, just because I love somebody else more than I love me. I have to learn how to love me first.
Yeah.
That way you can love somebody else properly.
You know what I don't really care for much in society this day and age, honestly? I don't really care for the fact that people look down on men when they have feelings. Like they are not allowed to feel anything. They are not allowed to go through anything. Makes no sense to me because when did they become any different than us as women?
Okay, when it comes to men and their feelings, you have men out here who try to hide their feelings, because most men are, we live in a society where I really honestly think it's sad when people tell you, you can't feel, or you're too soft or whatever. Like, we're at the end of the day, we are people.
Yeah,
If you feel like crying or you feel like crying, cry, let it out. Who am I to
yeah.
judge you because you got feelings?
I can't wrap my head around that. I can't make no sense of that whatsoever. Because to me, that is the dumbest thing I ever heard. Like, just because they have balls doesn't mean they don't have a heart.
Exactly. But then they take on that role, though. When you think about it, they take on that because that's probably how they were raised, or just the men that they be around as their friends or whatever. It's no
Tommy,
choice.
what's your intake on that one, Tommy? Do you feel that it's different for men to have feelings?
I think a lot of dudes are just afraid of their own feelings.
Yes.
So, and they're afraid of other people judging them because of what society thinks about men having feelings. So they just end up they end yeah, and that's really all it is to it. Because the fact that men have feelings has always been there. They just afraid of being judged. So
Yeah,
And
but as a woman, you have to give a man that safe space to be able to let himself go with you.
yeah, but
And,
as a man, you can't wait for a safe space. You be
but
your
you
own safe space.
Yeah, you
that's
could be your
true.
own safe space,
That's
but then that
true.
makes it like, okay, I'm gonna just do this in private, but I'm gonna be hard in public. I'm gonna be this tough man in public. I don't got feelings. You can't
Well,
live like that.
yeah, facts. Can't live like that. You gotta be
You
tough.
can't live with that.
You gotta be able to cry too.
Exactly. I think that's what makes you a man. Being able to let your feelings go without feeling like you being judged. You Men need a safe space for that. Honestly, they do.
They do, and the thing is, they don't have one. They
Mhm.
don't. And so that's when they have to become their own, and they only can do it in the privacy of their own, which is not fair.
No, not at all.
Because I promise you, if I feel like it, I will cry right now.
Right, and nobody would judge you.
I have no fucks to give if they did. Because at the
Exactly.
end of the day, I have to release. And
Right.
that's how I think everybody should feel.
That's because you're only human.
I
But
don't use that. I don't use that. I don't like that at all. I don't use that. I apologize. I cannot relate to that at all or receive that. People use that as an excuse to be less than.
no,
It,
I'm using it as, like they say, us women, we can sit here and cry. We could ugly cry, whatever.
mhm.
Everybody's gonna have sympathy for us. But
I'm
soon
just
as
gonna,
Tommy sheds one tear, oh, you're a punk. You
yeah,
weak.
you're
Da da
weak.
da 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 da. Like, damn. He a person just like us. Let him. let it go.
And I will give you that. I can receive that. I will say you have emotionals, human emotions. I will say that you have you're having a human experience with human
Hmm.
emotions. Not only just that though, you have a heart and you care. You have feelings. It has nothing to do with being human. It's the fact that you have compassion and empathy. And that's what I think it
Exactly.
is. I think that that they think just because it's they're supposed to be these leaders and these hard people that they can't have empathy or compassion. I don't. It doesn't. I can't wrap my head around a lot of things in this world, in this realm. I really, honestly can't, and that's one thing. I can't. So I'm not gonna go around saying I'm a human, let alone I'm a woman or anything to be proud of, because these people
There.
make it all disgraceful.
Yeah, there's zero empathy, especially nowadays. None. We they've normalized just hurting people's feelings, and when you hurt somebody's feelings, people nowadays they tell you swallow it, like this is life, this how it is, control your emotions, don't be hurt.
I don't think that's the way it should be, because that's how people get bottled up, and that's how people have to do some shadow work and some healing inner child, and then they have to go and bury all that they held for so long, and they build this wall up and they don't allow people in.
Exactly. And that's how I feel about the term control your emotions. It's just a band-aid. It's like, okay, stop crying
Yeah.
and let it be that. But at the end of the day, if I don't address the situation or whatever it is that's going on with me, I'm gonna hold it in, and then I'm gonna eventually blow up. Now I'm crazy or psycho.
Hmm. So Tommy is a very, very amazing energy. I haven't been blessed yet to physically meet him. The universe put me into his life, and I've been loving him since. He's just such a beautiful energy in his music and just how he comes across things. Like, he's so versatile. He'll do country all the way down to gangster rap. Like, he will do he's so diverse and it all sounds so wonderful. Like, he can do it all. And
Oh snap, Tommy!
and just, and just the fact that he speaks like when he speaks too. So he'll tell about emotions. He'll feel emotions. And when his words come out, they're like daggers, because he'll say something and he's gonna make you feel it. And as you're gonna relate to it. Even if it ain't about you, you're gonna relate to it.
Hmm.
And there's a song that he did. I didn't get a chance to get it. He never gave it to me, but there's a song he did. I got pieces of it, but I don't think I have enough of it to play on here. I don't have it in the right format to be able to play on here. Um and it might have been something about a relationship or something that he went through at one time. I'm not sure. I could be speculating, but at the end of the day, it felt like something I went through. It felt like something I grew through. It felt like something I was dealing with at one time, and I was just like, "Man, that hit hard for me." So to have that kind of empathy to be able to put it in pen and to put it out there. Do you see at the bottom where it shows the comments? Do you see this over here on the side of
Uh huh.
your screen? Can you read that from Born Rich?
What do you say? The thing is, men have a role to play, and so does women. It's okay for a man to cry, but it's not okay for a man to be emotional like a woman. Women are nurturing and men are protectors and providers. I think today they are pushing too much of this feminine energy on men.
That's true too.
I
You
agree too.
gotta be careful with that.
I
You
agree too.
do.
I agree too. I definitely agree. And you know what? Because they're pushing that feminine energy onto men, that they're trying to push that masculine role onto women, and it's giving them that false sense of I don't need no man.
I say this all the time. I don't care what nobody says. I need a man.
Yeah,
However, today the men are women and the men are the men are women and the women are men. I
facts.
always say this.
Facts. And you know what? The one thing I know I do need though in this world, I can say I don't need a lot of things. One thing I know I do need is air, but I want a lot. And I definitely want a man. I don't want to do this shit alone.
I definitely need a man,
I don't want to do it alone.
but I don't either. Listen, it's not meant to be done alone at all. Even parenthood, men
Yeah.
go around creating single mothers every single day,
And
and
women
it's
allow it because women do the
women
same.
allow it. Women
And
allow it.
women create single mothers too because women push the men out for dumb reasons just because of their ego or because of a problem with them. It goes
Yeah.
both ways. Because the man don't want you no more doesn't mean he doesn't want to be in his child's life. But you say because you don't want me, then you don't get them.
Mhm.
It goes both ways. I'm not gonna sit here and just bash and say that men do that shit because I've seen some trifling ass women.
They don't, but it's definitely normalized. This single parenthood is definitely normalized. It's not supposed to be that way. That's why you have two parents, so that we can work as a team to raise a child. You know what I'm saying? It's hard being by yourself with a kid. You know, especially women with multiple.
I know a lot of men that have their kids and raise their kids, and there's no woman around. She just dipped.
I could never.
I can't make sense of half the shit these people do, but I know about it. I've seen it. Tommy, what's your input on that?
Um, I mean, y'all already said the pretty much everything, but you know, it goes like it's individual things when it comes to that. Like, it's always the reason why they split, and the kids always end up suffering. But like, I know when I got divorced, like I would be crying just for my boys, just because I'm breaking their heart, and like
Yeah.
I could feel them from all the way over there, you know. So shit.
You know
Uh,
what? That makes a lot of sense, and that's what most people don't realize. That even if y'all are not together, y'all still hurting the kids. I have a 12-year-old daughter. She stopped asking me a year ago, but she will always ask me, "Hey, mom, aren't you and dad supposed to be together?" And I'm
dang,
like, you know, how can I explain that to you when you already know that we are? I didn't create it, but you know, I have two kids. They both got different dads. However, I wasn't the one to end either relationship. They were, and neither one of them see their kids or do for their kids. And there's an open line of communication there. You can call your daughter, you could call your son. Both of them choose not to, and that's not on me. However, that's where I get from where I'm saying I'm sitting on the other side of the fence where I'm like, yeah, men will really sit there and create a single mother with all intentions of you being like, okay, I'm gonna have this baby, we're gonna be a family. But I feel like most men can't deal with the aftermath of childbirth because a woman goes through so many changes after she gives birth to a child, postpartum, all types of things. And you can't deal with most men don't know how to deal with that because they're not educated on the subject.
that's true.
So I agree. And then again, I disagree for a lot of things. I'm going to say that it's not even a man and woman thing, like I said just a few minutes ago. I think it's a people thing. I think people want something they don't know what it's like to have, and when they have it, they don't know how to appreciate it. It was
Mm-hmm.
it was it was different when they could talk about it and say they wanted it, but once it's in their
Right.
face and it's in their possession and they have it, they don't know how to appreciate it because they don't know what it's like to receive it.
That makes perfect sense. It
Yeah,
does. It
And
does.
most of it's
Cause
because of self. It all stems from self. They don't know how to properly love themselves. And if you can't properly love yourself, then you cannot receive love properly.
mm-hmm.
And that's
man,
what
I
people
got
don't realize. So when I wrote this and I said health is wealth, it all stems from self. You have to be so mindful of yourself that what you put in and what you allow, because anything outside of you is none of your business, because you can only control you. So everything else is out of your control. So it must be out of your business, out of your mind.
Boss.
You someone says that you have to be that you have to try to be mindful of how someone perceives something. And I say that's bullshit. I'm calling bullshit on that. Because at the end of the day, if your intent is pure and genuine and you come across
Boss.
caring about yourself, you come across in a way that I'm going to treat you because that's how I want to be treated.
Yeah.
How they perceive it is none of your business, because no matter what you do or say to them, they're still going to perceive it how they want to perceive it.
Yeah.
And here's a pure example. I went on the west side of Detroit and I say, "Good morning, beautiful," to somebody. They're like, "Oh, all right. Good morning. How are you?" And everything was great. I go on the east side of Detroit. I say, "Good morning, beautiful." They said, What? Who you talking to? What's your problem?" I'm like, and it's
Some
all
people don't
about
know how to
people.
receive that. Like good energy, people being around you with good energy, and just people being happy on the daily. But if you have unhappy people on this earth that just walk around unhappy, and you never know who you're gonna run into, honestly. But you can't do nothing but continue to be yourself.
My whole entire life, and I'm going to put this out here because I don't like to put statements like that can't be that accurate. But my whole entire life, I've always been accused of having a what is it called? See, I don't even know how the proper way of saying it because I don't have it. An ill intent for something. I always had an alternative motive of why I was nice, because I was too nice. And people don't like that. People don't like too nice, because when they see too nice, then she must be trying to get up on you, or she must be trying to get something from you, or there's something wrong. Something's wrong. Something's fishy. Every relationship just about I've been into, they always said, "Why are you trying to get into my head so much? Are you trying to control? Do you want to know what my moves are? What are you trying to do?" And I'm like, "Nah, I care about your feelings and what you're thinking." They're not used to that. They're not used to people
Yeah,
generally
with my
caring.
I have a 1 year old, and his dad will always say every time I ask him how he's feeling or if he's okay or anything like that, he'd be like, "No, I don't want to talk to you because you're just being nosy." I'm like, "That's not my intentions. I'm being genuine with you. I'm trying to figure out if you're okay."
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? But some people just don't know how to receive that type of love.
facts, facts. And
But that stems from how they were raised.
honestly, yep, it stems back from the agreements of others. And that's what I said. Everybody should go look at that book, The Four Agreements. The agreements of others are not of you. Nobody has to take something that someone else thought about them because their love language is different than your love language, and they don't know how to properly express themselves.
Exactly. Hmm.
So they know no better. Instead of trying to do better, though, they keep the cycle going. And that's when the difference starts with self. And that's where health is well, because you have to be mindful of yourself to become the difference. You got to want more from life to do better for yourself. And a lot of people don't. A lot of people are just comfortably numb. Say
Yeah.
something, Tommy. What do you think?
It's sad, man, because a lot of people out here just turn their feelings off,
They
and
do.
then they break other people because somebody fall in love with them, and the whole time they're not even looking for love, but they'll act like they are, and like have you thinking like the whole time like they might fall in love, they might,
They might.
yeah, after a little while. I just don't feel like.
Dang, Tommy, you finna see if we talking about crying. I'm about to cry.
Oh, don't
Because
cry,
it's
man.
true though. That's how it is though. And in us being so empathetic and caring that we try to give that hope that maybe one day they're gonna come around and maybe they will change and maybe they will love me and maybe things will be better. I done it for 9 years one time and the person did not love themselves and I loved them way more than I loved me and I loved them way more than they loved themselves. And I couldn't do enough for both of us.
Yeah, and they didn't appreciate it, huh?
We were best friends. They appreciated it, they just couldn't reciprocate it.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
If you're not equally yoked, appreciation only goes so far. You could say thank you and I love you, but that's not going to help me if you don't reciprocate it to me.
exactly.
So they received it because we were best friends. We partied like motherfuckers. We had a great time partying, but there's no way it was nothing healthy. It was nothing healthy at all.
Mm-hmm.
We had fun. We couldn't build though because you can't build on a broken foundation.
yeah.
Exactly.
And people don't want to do that work because they're afraid. Fear holds so many people back that they are afraid of choosing who they are, rebuilding themselves. They are afraid of what's to come because they don't have a clear understanding of what's next. They're afraid of the unknown. They're afraid of newness. They're afraid of thinking they're going to lose themselves. And it's odd to me. It's odd to me. I can't wrap my head around so many things. It's just odd to me that so much fear is allowing people to be changed and drawn to a different way. I don't
We
know.
we live in a generation where feelings don't matter anymore. Like I said before, everything else that's not right is glorified. You know, no feelings. Do whatever you want to do. Do you? All of that is glorified, but not properly loving somebody or being there for somebody the way they are for you, none of that is normalized. If you do something for somebody and you really sit in there and you expect them to show you the same love that you give, it may or may not happen. You can't expect too
Mhm.
much from somebody. All you can do is just continue to be you and don't let nothing change you. And that's what I really had to sit around and I had to learn. Because when I really, really, really love somebody and I really, really mess with you, I do that like 1,000 times over. However, once that's not reciprocated, I'm gonna start feeling funny. But
Someone said
reciprocation
something.
is very, very important for a lot of people. But you gotta speak somebody's love language too.
There was a comment from one of the people. I can't really see who says it.
They say that's why I love this podcast, live experience, pure love.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate you. And that's what I want to do. I want to continue passing on positive love, and I don't want to get into a situationship where you have these rules and regulations and you can't do certain things because I am so free spirited. I want to love everybody. I want to give everybody their flowers. And I don't want you to feel some type of way and tell me I cannot give this person their flowers because you have a problem with yours.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what people do when they get into a relationship. They get into a relationship and they think that all of a sudden there's a title, then there's rules.
Yeah.
You have to sacrifice. You have to bend. You have to what is it? Make I don't even
You
know.
gotta
I can't even say some words. You have to what?
water yourself down.
Water yourself
Water
down,
yourself
and that's
down.
exactly what it is. You have to compromise. I don't know those words. They're not in my vocabulary.
Right, because why did you get with me? I'm who I am when you got with me. I thought this is who you like. Now
Yeah,
we changing it up. What's
yeah.
going on?
And why can't I show everybody the same love? Because at the end of the day, nobody owns nobody. Everybody's here by choice. Everybody's on this platform by choice. Everybody tuning in by choice. Everybody has a choice. Nobody's forced to do anything in this world. Yet people think because you are with somebody that they are entitled to have to be a certain way, which isn't true. Because if you are mindful of yourself, love is never forced. Love is never compromised. Love is never watered down. Love is never one-sided. Proper love isn't, because when you give yourself proper love, you don't give yourself those. You don't half-ass yourself. So if you don't half-ass yourself, why would you half-ass another person? That's
If you
what I
got a
can't.
if you got a
Go ahead.
if you have a relationship that you respect, then like you respect it. You do move out of respect of your significant other. You know what I'm saying?
If you
But
Uh,
respect
that don't mean,
yourself,
huh?
so Tommy, not to cut you off because I love you with all my heart, so not to cut you off, but if you respect yourself, what you do is mindful of yourself is going to be mindful of others because you're going to treat people the way you want to be treated. So if you
exactly.
properly you
Right.
respect
Yeah.
yourself, you don't have to think of that other person in a certain way, and you don't have to move
Yeah.
accordingly in a certain way.
Yeah.
I want real and honesty. I want someone to come to me and said, "Hey, I'm feeling this person's energy tonight. Either we could do this together, or I'm about to do this alone. It's up to you." And I'm down. Shit, we could probably do it together. If you're feeling their energy, I'm probably feeling their energy. But if I'm not feeling their energy, and they're not going to equally water us, and they're not going to give us that kind of equal vibration that we're on, then they're not of us. But hey, damn it! I mean, it is what it is. I'm not mad. And
I
if
feel you.
anything, I'll hold the camera or get the snacks. Like shit, I ain't
Damn.
mad at
Straight up.
you. But I'd rather you be honest with me and be truthful than try to manipulate me.
Exactly.
Because at the end of the day, you're only playing yourself, fool.
Yeah.
And people
That
don't
takes
get
a
that.
that takes a
Go
mentally
ahead.
strong person though to think like that.
And that's the thing.
Everybody.
People shouldn't get in a situation unless they're mentally strong.
Hmm.
Like I don't know if I'd be able to be cool with all that. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know.
You don't know that you'd be cool with two girls?
I mean, I would be fine with two girls, but I'm just saying, like, if I
That's all
was
I'm saying.
in a relationship and shit, and my girl want to be like, yo, I'm feeling this dude, like, no, you're not, dude. No, you know what I'm saying?
No, but see, the thing is that if you are who you're supposed to be as a man, it wouldn't be that way. If the man gives the woman everything she needs at home, she don't go looking.
Right,
Exactly.
right.
Not at all.
Never.
That's
She
true.
doesn't think of a whole nother dude at all because she has
She will
everything she needs at
literally
home.
bow to you.
She
Yeah,
will. Now, now a man, he doesn't go looking for somebody because he's lacking. That's not what a man goes looks for. He goes look because he's feeling that energy and because she's bringing something that you may not bring, not because he's lacking.
Hmm.
A woman will not leave her home if she's treated like a queen. But you have to learn how to love yourself correctly first.
Exactly.
And you'll be surprised how many women are okay with a lot of things. Because I'm telling you,
Man.
I'm just saying. I'm older and I've had relationships with a lot of different females with my male. and they were comfortable with a lot of different things, because all a female wants to do is feel loved and wanted, appreciated, and beautiful.
That's it. It's so simple.
And if another woman is giving you that for the night, and you don't have no bullshit, no extra to go with it, they're down for that. I promise you. Just saying. So it's not about a strong person. It's about the fact that if you treat yourself respectfully and you are mindful of yourself and you are open, you don't have boundaries and you don't have a closed place, you don't have a wall. You say how you feel. You'll be surprised on what you hear. You should be surprised. And that's what happens. People will have are afraid. They're gonna like, I don't want to tell her that, this, I'm feeling this girl, and that, because I love my wife or my girlfriend, and I don't want to let her know, that I'm having these feelings for someone else. Men don't try to replace the woman, just like a woman don't try to replace the man. Their needs are both different. If you have a woman at home that's willing to have other women with you and telling you that you are allowed to be you and true to you, he's not going nowhere, because he's able to be him. Just like a female, if you are able to be truthful and honest. And now, if any female feels like she has to have a bunch of men, then she's just not ready to be with no one. Promise you. Because females only want one man their whole entire life, to be protected and taken care of and safe. If she feels like she needs 10 guys, then she's got a problem with her. And she needs to go do some inner work.
Let the church say amen. Yes.
I'm just saying.
No, seriously.
I'm
That's
just
all you
saying.
really want is one man. As long as you feel like you being treated like queen at home and you being appreciated, I'm not about to go out looking for nobody at
That's
all.
tiring. That's exhausting. What the fuck? You mean I gotta start all over and get to know this person all
What's
over
your favorite
again?
color? I'm giving up.
I'm done. What do you want to eat tonight? Because I don't even know what you like. I'm done.
Right. Like, who wants to keep on doing that repeatedly?
It took me a long time just to get to know you and how you sleep at night, and whether you snore or not, and what side I can push you on.
Right. Like, I have to warn everybody. I'm a wild sleeper. I'm going to sleep all over the bed. I don't want to keep on doing that. Like, just give me one partner that knows that I sleep like that, and we can live life together. I don't want to keep on getting to know people.
No, me neither. I like the fact that the people that I'm laying next to doesn't snore. I don't want to wake up one day and I'm sleeping because they're over there doing their business. So you got to pick and choose, and if it's meant to be, it's not forced. People got to realize that, but it all starts with self.
Mm-hmm.
You got to love yourself. I mean, Tommy, how many times would you like to go figure out another person all over again?
I'm done figuring folks out.
See? That's
You done,
exactly how
Tommy?
I feel.
Said I'm done. Like, it's very tiring and time consuming.
I've been hurt enough, man. Yeah, good
I
job, bro.
feel you. I feel you. I can relate for
You've
real.
been
I can
very
relate.
hurt, especially when you think you know somebody, and it turns out they're a completely different person than they let on. And then people blame you and they say, "Oh, you were the one that missed the red flags. We already knew.
Yeah.
Why y'all didn't tell me?"
Now there's a couple situations. I believe in the 3-month rule. You got to give somebody 3 months before you really start falling in love with the person, because their false representative will walk away eventually.
It's that honeymoon stage.
Yeah. And then also I believe that you got to be friends first, because at the end of the day, when there's something difficult in hand, you can't handle it if you ain't your friend.
Now, I don't know that because I was friends with my son's dad for about a good 6 months. And things just turned out so well. Once we got into a relationship, things just started going left. You
Because I
know?
bet you he was one of those person that held on to titles. Now that you're in a
Yeah,
relationship, this is how I'm gonna treat you.
yeah.
He forgot you
And
were his
and me
friend.
being the person that I am, I was like, he kind of warned me in the beginning. I'm ignoring all the red flags. I'm like, I'm still the person who I am. I'm gonna
Yeah,
get up at 3 o'clock in the morning if you say you hungry, which I
yeah,
did.
yeah.
But he was still who he was. You know what I'm saying? He didn't let go of people in his past. He was still holding on to past women and things like that. So it was never gonna work. Me being there and thinking, hey, I could change him because I'm way different than these women. That did not work. You can't
No,
change a person. Even if y'all are friends first, people do give you false representatives of
they
themselves.
do. They do. I promise you. What was the moment in your marriage, Tommy, that you just knew that you lost
Lost my what?
your friend?
Um, I was never friends with her first to begin with.
Thank you. And that's what I'm
Wow.
talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Because people tend to forget at the end of the day, that person's still your friend. And they started
Nah.
treating them as if it became habit forming or a
Well,
responsibility or something different.
I mean, I mean, like I'm not. I've never. I tell chicks straight up, I'm not gonna be your friend. Like after this, I'm not gonna keep in contact. I don't. We're not gonna keep talking. You're never gonna see me again. You know what I'm saying? Like we're not fucking friends like that. Cause the only thing that's gonna do is cause more drama for my next relationship. So
I
we
get
can't.
that,
We
but I
can't be
don't mean
friends.
friends like that. I don't mean friends like that. I mean when you guys have a discussion and you guys have a difference of opinion that you can't sit and talk about it.
Uh,
I mean
dude,
friends
my
like
ex will beat the fuck out of me, dude.
I bet
My
you.
ex will beat the shit out of me. Yeah. We weren't fucking friends.
I
Nah.
bet you. I bet you she got you as a false representative, didn't she? She pretended she was somebody she wasn't.
uh, to
And
everyone else, yeah.
once she
They
got you
always
in, she
do,
became
pretend that
somebody
they're
different.
somebody who they're not.
Yeah.
Hmm. Because that's one of those things where you're asking for something you don't know what it's like until you receive it, and then you're like, man, really didn't want this.
But then you
Uh,
in it and you
shoot.
stuck in it and you
But
like,
hey, I stayed for 10 years and I tried and tried and tried to forgave. And
10 years,
y'all
Tommy?
see, listen, y'all did 10 years. I did 8 the first time and
I
I
did
did 3 the
9.
second time. I'm done
but
serving
then
life
so right.
sentence.
I feel you, and I didn't create a crime. I feel you. I done 9 one time. I done 5 and then 9, and then everything didn't last over 7 months was the longest one recently. Like,
And
I'm like, no.
I've only been in two serious relationships my whole life.
Same.
Like that was my ex wife and the woman I was with after that was she's a 45-year-old woman and we were together for 3 years and she fucking
Don't
played the
talk
shit out of
about
me.
older.
aw,
Don't talk about the older people, Tommy. Listen. The first
Played me
time I
like a
did it
fool.
for 8 years, I was with a 45-year-old man, and I was 18 years old. He was physically abusive, mentally abusive. He did both, and I still stuck around for 8 entire years after I had lost everything. I'm like, all I got left is you, and so I stayed thinking he was gonna change, and he never did.
so would I be wrong
That's
to
where she
say,
gets at when she says that you have to love yourself first.
yeah,
Because after I got out of that one, I really had to learn how to love me
yeah?
and be able to go and be like, you know what? This is not for me. This is not healthy for me. I'm losing who I am.
So would I be wrong to tell you both that in a couple days I'll be 49?
What'd you say?
In a couple days I'll be 49.
In a couple
Ooh,
days. Happy early
Yeah.
birthday.
Happy
Well,
birthday.
I don't celebrate that kind of stuff, but it's on New Year's Eve, so like, I'll be 49 then. So like,
That's what's up.
but just
Yeah,
to
yeah.
be honest, so don't throw them old people under the bus.
I'm a big believer in age is a social construct, just like time is a social construct.
I don't believe
None
in that
of that
shit.
exists.
None of that
Somebody out there created time and somebody out there
matters.
created
Yeah.
birthdays so that we can keep track of whatever.
And not
However,
only that, to age ourselves. Listen, I do not feel no 49. I don't know where. And like I no, I can't do it. I can't wrap my head around it. I
You
don't
don't
even
look
know where
49.
this year went.
49. You look
I don't even
good.
know where this year went. Come on. I just remember January.
Thank you.
I vaguely remember January. I remember March, April,
I'm about to die.
May, and that's all I remember of this whole year. And now we're back in December. I don't know where everything else went.
Right.
That's because time is a very social construct. Like time is not real. If we
No,
really think about it, how do we know that the first person who created calendars was even right in the first place?
for real. And there worked. Not what we knew.
Yeah, there's other countries in the world.
Your volume went. There's a volume. Okay. Say what?
They still in like I'm not sure if it's 2012, 2013, or 14, but they're way back in the past, and we're in the future. We're in 2023, and they're still living in the right time zone. We are
2013,
not.
I think it is. Yeah, I seen
Yeah,
that. And you want to
time
know
is so
what else?
fake.
Tommy, what time is it where you're at?
8:02.
Yeah, it's
How
9:02 here.
how is time different in places?
Time is so
Yeah.
fake.
Yeah.
Somebody else would
Hey.
be 3 hours different. I'm thinking, what the hell? How? Why? It's
Listen, so I'll
time.
be late for work. I'll be like, listen, it's 12 o'clock somewhere.
It's
I'm
somewhere.
early. I'm on
So
time.
You're lucky I'm here. That's what I would tell them. You're lucky I'm here. I got to the point where I ain't I signed up to give you my time, but like now you're being too much with it.
Yeah.
I'm talking to them.
Time moves so fast. It does. This year, or whatever they want to call it, went by so fast.
Hi, Kitty.
Hi.
Back away when at you.
Say hi.
Hi.
Hi. He's got the cutest voice ever.
Here go my son. Hi. He think everybody talking to him.
What did they say, hon? What did they say in the comments?
We are all here now. The past means nothing. It's all about the future, what we make it. Exactly. It's about tomorrow.
Exactly.
That's why I say. That's why I love tomorrow.
I don't even think it's about tomorrow because tomorrow never comes. It's all about the now. People forget to live in the now.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all that matters. 5 minutes from now ain't gonna matter. 5
It
minutes
doesn't
ago
matter.
barely
Chill out.
matters.
It's the past.
Yeah. It's all about now because if you can't worry about what's happening right now, you're too stuck in a whole nother area that has nothing to do with nothing because you're not going to be the same person, I promise you. I will post something on Facebook and then 3 minutes later change my mind and take it down because I am not the same person I was when I first posted it.
Yeah. Straight up.
So yeah, no, that shit don't matter. It's all about the now. People don't live in the now. They're too